So, good day guys. Today I'm gonna show you how I stay disciplined and also how I structure my life. If you don't know who I am, I'm Rasmus Helgesson and I am currently in my third year of computer science and engineering at Chalmers University of Technology here in Sweden. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go through, and I just want to show you how I structure up my schedule and also how I think about different topics and how I essentially just prioritize different types of things I have to do. This is just on the weekends, but I usually create to-do lists on Saturday and Sunday because I'm at home, and then I have a calendar for the rest of the week. So from Monday to Friday I have a calendar what I have based on what I have to do. So yeah, let's just show you the calendar and then I will create a to-do list and show you how it looks like. So this is basically my calendar for next week actually, and this is today, so I will be streaming today. But here you guys can see my calendar. This is usually from Monday to Friday, but as you get to see, I have nothing to do on the weekends, which is why I create to-do lists, particularly for Saturday and Sunday. So this is basically it. I will not explain everything here. I have a different video coming out for this. So if you really wanna know what all of these blocks of information is, then you have to go and watch that video. But yeah, and I can also link that in the description below. But yeah, so let's create this to-do list. And also after the to-do list, I will also create a framework that I will be following for the next years, hopefully, to just create, a more disciplinary habit schedule, I guess. So nice. Yeah, so this should be a to-do list for just today, because tomorrow I have my schedule that I will follow, but this will be Sunday. And I've actually completed a lot of the stuff. So I will probably move this here. And then put the priority like this. I will also move this down here, and for a day, this should be task, and this could be status, right? So, yeah, and I will move this down here maybe. Right, so I've already created 2 videos today, and this is also the second video I will create today. I have to stream today, so streaming is crucial, and this is probably number 1 of priority. And this is actually on Saturday as well. So this should be here, and we can just do something like that, I think. And I probably should be able to just move this up here. So yeah, and then I can delete this. So streaming, and this should be a red color because I'm certainly not done with that. And then we have, this is the second priority, which is going to be today as well, and this should be AI lab, because I have an AI lab that I have to complete. I technically could do that tomorrow as well, but I think it's good to do it today. And it's also technically, I'm actually already done with this. I have already a good grade in this because you have to have 70% correct answers in the lab, but I think it's around 83 or 89, something like that. So I'm technically already good, but I will complete it to get 100%. Then after this, I will do TA preparation. Kom inte in. TA preparation. This is really important because I technically have to complete this today. But yeah, I think, or I can do this tomorrow as well. And then I have I think the only thing I need to do next is just edit videos, but this is not really that important at the moment, because I will probably release these videos next week. So yeah, but I will put this in here. And now we have the more daily things I have to do, which is reading the Bible. And yeah, I think that is probably, and yeah, we can also put this here on Sunday as well. Editing or programming portfolio projects, because I am currently doing my portfolio, or redoing or recreating, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this is basically my Sunday. So now when we have this, I will create a to-do list. Now I will essentially, or disciplinary schedule. Can I DC schedule? This is probably wrong. Disciplinary. See if that is schedule. I think that is basically how you write it. Nice. So this will be the name of this here. So every time I have to create a to-do list or follow a schedule or follow a structure, I will come here. This sheet should have the name of to-do lists. To-do list. Now I will create another new, I think, spreadsheet, right? No, it's not. Nope. It's here, right? Add sheet. Nice. So this will be essentially the habit structure that I will follow, and this is just an overall picture. It's not in detail. But yeah, so the to-do list is essentially this. It's nothing special about it. It's just a good way to measure the things I have to do, and also make sure I do them. But this is really important. So what I have to do here now is essentially create a structure. So it should be day. It should be so it should be day here. And then here, so I'm structuring this up a little bit different, but that's fine. This should be, actually, you know, let's just create a day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so we have the different days here. Oops, that is not my intention. Okay, so that's how we do it. So I will move this apart a little bit. Just so I get some gaps. Something like this, maybe. Oop. Yep, that's fine. Oh, that's it. Okay, nice. Like this. Nice. So, and this should be. So this is time. What should this be? Okay, so this should be time, and this should be activity, and then we just copy these two like this. No, we should just copy them and just keep doing this. I think this should be enough actually. Yeah, okay, so that should be enough. So in the time, so this should be in the morning, right? So I will wake up at... I'm gonna try to wake up at 6:00 to maybe this should be 6:30. Oops, that is not correct. That is my go-to. Oh my god, what do you mean? Dude, come on. That should be fine, yeah. So this is breakfast. Breakfast, right. And after this, I will... and right after the breakfast, I will actually start working. So this should be from 6:30 to... And obviously I'm allowed breaks between these times, but this is important. So this should be... And by the name working, that could essentially be anything. But this will probably be... yeah, so let's say 12. Let's go for that. And then we have lunch. And that should be from 12 to... Oops. Actually delete this. 12 to 13. And after that we still work. So... oh, wait. Breakfast. Right, so this time is for this, and this time is for this. I will probably have to color them just to make sure, but that's fine. So activity... wait, that doesn't make sense at all. This should be work. And this should be lunch. Yeah, and this... so lunch should be... wait. I'm confusing myself right now. So the time displays for the activity, yeah, that makes sense. So after this, I have to work again. And this could be 2:50, and this should be mealtime. I call it mealtime. A snack, I guess. Snack. Yeah. And this should be after the snack. I will essentially the snack should be also just this shouldn't take too long, so it should be something like this. So this time is for this. This should be work actually. Yeah, and then we have time. So we work from this here, right? That makes sense. And then we have a snack. And then after that, we essentially have 5:30 to this should be technically this time, but I think I have to eat in the last time, so I think this should be no, this should be fine. Actually, let's do this. No, that should be fine. So this should be work. And then after this we have to this, and this should be reading. And then nope, 2:30. This should be bedtime preparation, I guess. Preparation. Yeah, I think that is all. That is like the basic structure. So how much work do we get in here? So this is basically almost 5.5 hours of work. This is 2 hours, so it's 7.5 hours of work. And then here we have essentially, it's obviously not gonna go like this, but it's a good way to structure it up. And then we have also, I think that this is 4.5 hours, so it becomes like almost 14, no, not 14, 14 hours of work per day. Obviously that is quite impressive, so this is probably not gonna follow up every day, but I mean that is the basic schedule. So let's copy this and basically paste it here. Oops, we should copy. Now I'm not saying that I have to do 14 hours of work, but it's a good way to structure things up. And it's obviously not gonna work in all days, but that should be fine. Yeah, so that is the basic structure. Then after that, we do want to have notes, so we're gonna remove all of these. I don't need them actually at all. So we're gonna add notes here, or actually rules, I guess I have to follow or try to follow. Rules, and this should be. I think I'm gonna do them here actually. So the name of the rule should be like don't multitask. Multitasking is not working for me. Don't multitask. And then we want to have when eating, just focus on the eating. And then I essentially, so this basically, we don't multitask, we only do one thing at a time, so we put 90% of our efforts into one thing. That is super crucial. And by minimizing the scroll on social media, we don't scroll or anything when we eat, so we don't get dopamine shot or bonus when we eat. And also try not to have too large meals. That is also important. Try not to have too large meals. Oops. Try not to have too large meals. That is also really important because you get spike of dopamine when you have too large meals. Is there something else I don't want it to do? Yeah, try to get dopamine from work and not artificial. I don't know if I spelled that correctly, by the way. Dopamine from work and not artificial sources. What that essentially means is that when you work, that is all the dopamine you get. You don't get it from scrolling, other stuff like pornography and stuff like that. We try to avoid that as much as possible. Yeah, so we don't have a up and down curve or hill curve. We essentially have a pretty stable curve of dopamine. That is super important. We want to have stable. Yeah, I actually have one more rule. Try to sleep 8 hours. Okay. Try try to sleep 8 hours every day. And some of you might say, oh, you don't need to sleep 8 hours, you have to sleep 6 hours. Trust me, I work better when I've slept more than less. So this is also really important. We're gonna try to sleep 8 hours. That's why we go to bed around this time and wake up at 6. So it's around 8 hours, 7 hours, something like that we get sleep. So that's good. But the reading part is super important. Yeah. And I obviously can read more or less depending on how I start or structure it. But anyways, this is 5 by the way. 6 actually. 1, 2, 3. Saturday, Sunday. Wait, Sunday is not here? It is, nice, okay, never mind. Yeah, I actually can move this whole thing 1 step back. Let's do that. So something like this. Then move it up here. So yeah, that looks a lot better. So we're gonna don't multitask when eating, just focus on the eating. Try not to have too large meals. Try to get dopamine from work and not artificial sources. Try to sleep 8 hours every day. And this is optional, but I think it's important. When working, don't listen to music. Because music, if possible, the reason why this is optional is because I know that I still work super good when I listen to music. So if I'm home alone and no one else is in the house, that is something I can actually do. But if someone is home and I really want to focus, then I start to listen to music, so that's good. Yeah, so this is very basic, and obviously this is not gonna hold in the long term because it's just too much work, but it's something good to strive after. And it's fine if you don't work 14 hours a day. I'm trying to, yeah, okay, so try to work at max 7 hours a day, or focus should be actually the correct word here. Try to focus, pure focus at max 7 hours a day. The reason why I do this is because human beings can't really, or some might be, but the average human being cannot focus more than 7 hours. Deep focus. I mean, really deep focus. If you try to work or have a deep focus more than 7 hours a day, your brain is gonna say, nope, we don't do that. That is not gonna happen. So this is like the flag of the mountain, essentially. Yeah. And this is obviously optional, so I'm gonna put these in parentheses here. And then I'm gonna try to color these things here, but that is basically, I'm not gonna color these before you, but this is basically like how I structure things up, and it might seem really harsh, but to me it's working quite good actually. And I think the most difficult thing here is actually not to follow this, it's actually to do this rule here, because I get bored quite easily. And that means I want to get dopamine from artificial sources, which is not good for you. So that is something I'm trying to minimize. And yeah, reading the Bible is super important. So yeah, this is the general structure. I'm gonna color these to make it even more structured, but that is like the general point of view I want to have when I work. And obviously, as I said, this is probably not gonna hold over time, because there will be different tasks to do and they will take different amount of times and so on. So, but this is a good point of view. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.